Welcome to this lesson on finding the surface area of spheres. First, what is a sphere? A sphere is a round, solid figure that looks like a ball. Like other three-dimensional figures, spheres have surface area, which is the total area that covers the outer surface of the sphere. Let's see how we can find this surface area. In order to calculate the surface area of a sphere, we need to use this formula, 4 times pi times r squared. Notice that we have pi in our equation. Pi is just a constant number that equals 3.14159 and so on. But for the purposes of this lesson, we'll round pi to 3.14 to keep things simple. Now to find the surface area, we also need to know what our radius, or r, is. The radius of a sphere is the length from the center of the sphere to any point on its surface. As long as we know the radius, we can solve for the surface area of the sphere. First, we want to square the radius, then multiply it by 4 times pi. Let's try an example to see what all this looks like. In front of us, we have a blue sphere with a radius of 6 feet. Using this information, let's find the surface area of the sphere. Remember our equation for finding surface area? It's 4 times pi times the radius squared. We know that we can use 3.14 for pi, so let's substitute that into our formula. Now, because we're using a rounded number for pi, our answers will be approximate. Next, what is r? We already established that the radius, as shown in the figure, is 6 feet. Let's plug that into our formula. Solving for the surface area now, we first want to square the radius. 6 squared gives us 36. Our next step is to multiply. Multiplying 4 times 3.14 times 36, we get 452.16. Last, don't forget to include our unit of measurement in our answer, which in this case will be square feet because we're working with area. The surface area of the sphere is about 452.16 square feet. Let's try another one. What is the surface area of this sphere? Again, we'll use the same formula, and we know pi is 3.14. What about our radius? Well, in this example, we're not given the radius. Instead, we're given the diameter, which stretches through the entire sphere. That's okay though. We can find the radius using the diameter. All we have to do is split the diameter in half to find the radius. In other words, the radius is equal to 1/2 times the diameter. The diameter is 32 meters, so the radius of the sphere is going to be 1/2 times 32, which is 16. Now that we know our radius, let's plug all this into our formula and solve for the surface area. Surface area is approximately equal to 4 times 3.14 times 16 squared. First, 16 squared gives us 256. Multiplying 4 times 3.14 times 256, we get 3,215.36. Don't forget to include our units of square meters, and the surface area of our sphere is about 3,215.36 square meters. Alright, let's try one more example to finish off this video. What is the surface area of this sphere rounded to the nearest hundredth? We will use our formula again. Now let's find the radius, which we know is going to be half of our diameter. Our diameter is 20.4 yards, so taking half of that gives us 10.2 yards. Let's plug this into our equation. Our equation now reads 4 times 3.14 times 10.2 squared. 10.2 squared gives us 104.04. Now we can multiply all our terms together. 4 times 3.14 times 104.04 gives us 1,306.7424. Rounding to the nearest hundredth, the surface area is approximately equal to 1,306.74 square yards. And that's it for this video. Now you should be able to find the surface area of spheres. Congratulations!